Hopefully everybody's doing good today. I am starting a new type of video on this channel as well. We started with the regular podcast, which goes 15 minutes to half an hour, 40 minutes sometimes, where I ramble on about something. We've got the lightning round, which is 5 minutes or less. I am going to start with another thing that I'm going to do from time to time, and this is going to be mostly comic-centric, with a little bit sprinkled in for movies and stuff like that. And it is going to be called 10 Best. So I'm going to take a list. I'm going to have a list of the 10 best of something. I'm going to rank it from number 10 all the way down to number 1 and explain to you why I think that's the thing. So the good way to start this out was I decided to go with the 10 best Batman villains. To start out with, I am a Marvel and DC fan. I love both. Marvel a little bit more, but that's because I was raised with Marvel comics. But DC Comics makes some pretty awesome stuff. Batman is amazing. So I'm going to rank my opinion on the top 10 Batman villains. And I'm going to go through. And I did make a 10 best, so I put a list in a book here so I don't lose track or start rambling. I'm going to try and cap this at about 5 minutes. So, 10 best villains of Batman and the reasons why, in my opinion. We have number 10 coming in as Hugo Strange. The reason why Hugo Strange is such a threat to Batman is because he knows Batman's secret identity. Hugo Strange is also super intelligent, super crafty, and just all around one tough cookie to outsmart. So I'm putting him as number 10. We are going to have some honorable mentions for the list as well, because some people didn't make the list, but they were almost on there. Next one up, one of my personal favorites, Killer Croc, Waylon Jones. That's right, he has a genetic disorder that gives him the approximate appearance of a reptile. He's big, he's scary, he's super strong, and he's very, very similar to the Lizard from the Spider-Man comic books. I'll be ranking the top 10 Spider-Man villains here right away as well, so keep that in mind. But Killer Croc gets on the list. He's always been one of my favorites. Coming in at number 8, we've got Two-Face, Harvey Dent, District Attorney for Gotham City. Got some acidic chemicals thrown in his face. Schizophrenic. They portray him as bipolar as well. He's got a few issues. He's friend to Bruce Wayne and Commissioner Gordon, and then he turns into a villain, and he can be troublesome at times. He's a very interesting character. Check him out. Number 7, we've got the Riddler, Edward Nygma, one of my favorites, one of my least favorite portrayals on the screen. I didn't think that Jim Carrey was a good fit for the Riddler for Batman Forever. Did not like that portrayal of the Riddler. But the Riddler, if you read the comic books, he's one of my favorites. I really like the villains that can be crafty and almost outsmart Batman at times. So the Riddler's number 7. Scarecrow, we have Jonathan Crane. He is a psychologist at the Arkham Asylum. He had used the Arkham inmates in experiments for his fear toxin that he developed. He's obsessed with fear. He uses it as a weapon, and he is also super smart, and he's well versed in what fear is all about and uses that as his primary weapon. So I totally enjoy that. Number 5, Clayface. Now, Clayface has been several different people in the comic books, in different media. The main two, Basil Karlo and Matt Hagen. And he's a shapeshifter, he's a badass, and he poses a significant, he or she, depending on the version that you're looking at for Clayface, because there have been many. But Clayface, shapeshifter, badass, super tough, huge physical threat to Batman. Always an interesting character. We also have Bane. Bane is my number 4 on this list. Now, it started getting really tough for me getting to the top 5 here to pick my personal favorites, but Bane has got to be my top 5 guaranteed. Bane is one of those villains that he is an equal to Batman, if you think about it. He doesn't really he doesn't change shape or anything else like that, but he is super intelligent. He is super strong. He works really, really hard at what he does, kind of like Batman. But he also has a system that can put this venom stuff into his body that gives him super strength as well. He is the man who broke the bat. He was also a character in the Christopher Nolan trilogy of Batman movies. They kind of deviated from the source material on that one with the character. They stayed faithful on some things. They changed a few things. Whatever. It was still good. Bane is one of my all-time favorites. At the end of this video, I'll touch on a way for you to brush up and find out a quick way to find out about some of these villains and why they're so great. All right, Freeze. That's number 3 for me. Dr. Victor Freeze, cryogenic scientist. His wife had an issue there where he was trying to save her, and he was using cryogenics, and he had an accident, and it gave him this disorder where he has to keep his body cold all the time. So he uses cryogenic weapons, cold, as his thing. The thing about Freeze is he is a very, very psychologically complex villain. I really like when they delve into the psychology of the villains. Batman is one of the best comic book series for it. These people aren't crazy just because they're crazy. They have many layers to the villains. That's why Batman's Rogues Gallery is one of the best out there. So Dr. Victor Freeze, he's going to be my number 3 on the list. One of my all-time favorites. Absolutely love the character. I think he looks cool. Think it's a cool concept. And the tragedy of the character really pulls at your heartstrings a little bit. Because he doesn't start out with any evil intent. He kind of got a raw deal. And yeah, he's pretty awesome. Ra's al Ghul, the Demon's Head. He's coming in at number 2 for me. Ra's al Ghul is a large character in the expanded DC universe. He's not just contained to being a Batman villain. He has made some major problems for the Justice League, a bunch of the other superheroes in the DC universe. He is not contained strictly to Batman's Rogues Gallery. All in all, he is a threat across the board to the entire DC universe. Primarily, he's been known for using a Lazarus Pit, which can revive the dead. But it does have some side effects. It does make you completely insane. Ra's al Ghul is an expert fighter. He is the leader of the League of Assassins, which is a big organization. He has the ability to coordinate his attacks and all that stuff into like terrorist things, everything else. He's very crafty, super intelligent, super tough guy, hand-to-hand combatant. Him and Batman can go toe-to-toe. And Ra's al Ghul is just overall one of my favorite villains. He's a badass. Totally love it. Check out Batman Begins. He's the bad guy in that. It's so good. That's part of the reason why I love that movie so much. One of my favorite characters. They don't give him as many props as he deserves, I think. And of course, my number 1. And I'm not going to elaborate on this one too much. I'll do a full other video on the full thing of the Joker. I did one of them. Film adaptations of him, but the Joker is obviously my number 1 Batman villain. He's completely insane. He's super intelligent, and he causes a continual, recurring threat for Batman. You can take him out, but you can't keep the guy down. That's right, the Joker. So that's it. That's my top 10 ranked. I'm going to try to keep these at 10 minutes, cap them at 10 minutes maximum. Some honorable mentions on the list. We got Poison Ivy and Catwoman. I did not mention them because they kind of float between good and bad, specific with Catwoman as well. She's teamed up with Batman a few times. Poison Ivy, I'm not leaving the ladies off the list because of misogyny. I am leaving the ladies off of the list because their alignment is flexible. They can be good, they can be bad. So, gotta give props to the ladies. They're tough as well. Alright, thank you for watching this video. This was my 10 best Batman villains. If you want to check out something that'll give you a little interest in this stuff that you can consume relatively quickly and still stay entertained, check out the Batman animated series from the 90s. All of these characters that I have covered in this list here that I'm looking at right now were characters in that Batman animated series. They also had several other characters that I have not mentioned that are fantastic, fantastic villains, but they just didn't make the cut for my top 10. And this is my opinion on my top 10. You'll probably have a few different ones. If you want to contribute an opinion, just go into the comment section below. Hit me up. Let me know your top 10. Number 10, number 1, maybe a reason why. Say hello. Thanks for all the positivity and the comments and the shares and the subscribers and everybody who's been getting the notifications and stuff like that, following up on my videos, sharing it on social media. I really appreciate it. This has been my first 10 best video. Next one I'm gonna follow up here within the next couple days, and I'll keep you guys in the loop. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you stay up to date on my new videos when I upload them. Make sure to like and subscribe and share my stuff on social media. Just pick one of my videos, hit the share button, choose your social media platform of choice, throw it out there. Maybe give me a hand, just throw it out there and see if we can get some more subscribers, some more other people that might find this channel interesting and entertaining. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.